Okay, so the start of the Germans' turn, rally phase. Now what I don't know is when I check with the pin. So I am going to check the rules on that to see if that happens during the rally phase. But we will remove the prep fire counters off the Russians. Okay, so I found this during close combat phase. The last thing says remove pin counters. So I'm guessing that as you're moving and you get results, you get pinned. And at the end of the turn, you automatically become unpinned. That's how I'm going to play it. Okay, since the objective in this game is for the Germans at the end of turn 6 to occupy this building, and this building, I don't think I can just sit back and have a gunfight. I think I'm going to need to attack. So I'm going to pause the camera and think about things. I've got smoke and I understand how assault movements work. So for example, over here, they have a flamethrower. They've got smoke and they've got machine gun, demolition charge, and 2 smoke. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I thought of a few strategies and we'll try these. We're going to take this unit here, which has 2 units, medium machine gun with a portage of 2 portage points. Okay, and a leader. But the 2 portage points don't affect its normal movement. It's only if it gets more than 2. Okay, so this unit does not have a line of sight if we move here. This unit has no line of sight. Nobody does. So that's a movement I can make without being fired upon. The question is, do I assault move here or do 2, now move 2 more for a total of 3 to get into this location, and then I can bring fire and I will get defensive fire. Since I did not call the assault move, that was my plan, but I did think about, do I just move 1 this turn and then 1 the next turn to get that additional bonus? I know these bonuses are important. I'm not sure how important because I'm still going to be at -3. And the other bonus being the non-assault, right? So I move here, it's going to be -2, where if I move once and move once, it would be at -3. Because you're not going to get the assault, non-assault movement bonus. But I'm going to go ahead and move the 2. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to start off by taking this unit and we're going to move 1. Nobody has a line of sight. 2, 3. I could have done an assault movement. I chose not to. So I move 3. And then this unit will get defensive fire. Okay. And this is where I need to start using these. So the defensive fire is 4. Now here's the thing I don't know. I think it maybe affects guns and not machine guns, and that is where I'm aiming it. Either way, we're going to go ahead and take, that's a 4, 8, 12 on that unit. It did not do an assault move, so it's -1. It's not in the open, so it's no additional bonus there. But it is in the stone building, so that's +3 for a net of +2. Okay, so a 12 column with a +2. There was no rate of fire. 9 + 2 is 11. 11 on the 12, oh, it's no effect. Okay, so that then gets the first fire for that unit. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is over here. I just realized that I can do an end run with this stack and go 1, 2, 3, 4 and be in one of my objective buildings, even though they get a shot. Okay. If I want to throw smoke and try that, then I'd have to double time and I would get here exhausted, as I understand the rules. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stack, I'm going to throw smoke, move into it, and I think I can then assault them into close combat. And if that's the case, I'm not sure if these guys can be fired upon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to throw smoke here, move into that. They'll get their fire, and then either fire or assault, however that works, for me to enter that building if I can and attack them this turn into close combat. And if that's all successful and they can't fire at this unit, then this unit's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to just check a few of the rules, but that's how this is going to play out. Okay, so this is my understanding. It's going to cost me 2 movement factor to try to place a smoke in this location. Each of these units may try once, and I have to roll a 1 because that's their smoke exponent. So we'll start with the bottom unit. 5, nope. The next one, 2, nope. The third one, 2, no. So no smoke is placed, but they do spend 2 movement factor, or 1 movement factor each. Now, because they've spent a movement factor, they can be fired upon. Not knowing if they're going to run across the street or not this turn, I know they are, but play like they don't, this unit is going to go ahead and take a first fire. Okay, there is no smoke, but that's 4, 8, 12, 14. It was not assault movement, so that's -1. They're still in the stone building, so it's going to be a +2. Again, that's 4, 8, 12, 14. 14 goes down to a 12. Okay, with the -1. All right, the leader's -1, plus that was a non-assault movement. They spent movement points, so I'm assuming that counts as non-assault movement. I could be wrong, let me know in the comments. So actually it's a +1. So it's a +1 on a 12. So that's an 8. No rate of fire on the machine gun. An 8 on 12 is a 1 morale check. Okay, so we'll start with 9 minus 2 plus 1, so it's 9, needing a 9 with a -1 roll. Gets a 6. I'm not sure what that does on a morale check. Okay, flamethrower. And the next 3 units have a 7 with a -1. Excuse me. I think I took the -2 on the leader and I don't get to do that. I rolled a 6. I think they're still okay. I think it still passed, but I did that wrong. Okay, so now these are 7s with a -2. Ooh, 10 minus 2 is 8. So that's 1, not good. Oh, 12. Not good. Not sure what a 12 does on a morale check. 8. So one of them passed. Let me see what a 12 does on a morale check. Okay, so I'm going to take a casualty reduction. I believe I roll 1 dice. 1 to 4 is wounded. 5 or 6. It says 7. I'm not sure how I get a +1 on this dice roll. I'll figure that out at some point. Oh, 5. Okay, so that's eliminated. So First casualties. The other one does get the M on it. I never said who was carrying the flamethrower. I guess that's kind of important. I'll just put it on this unbroken one just for simplicity's sake. Okay, so that's their first fire. Okay, that didn't go so good for the Germans, but what I am going to do is I am going to check the line of sight from there to there, and there's no line of sight. Okay. So this unit is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And a total of 2 portage points, so I think they're good. Now, this unit will get to fire at this point. Okay. So again, it is 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, minus 1, plus 3, minus 2, plus 3, so it's a plus 1 on the dice roll on the 12 column. Oh, I see a 1 and a 4, but it's not on the colored dice, so there's no rate of fire. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 on the 12 column is a morale check with 2. There is no leader, so it's just these 2 units. So they have a morale of 8. So 6 is needed, right? 6 or lower. 8. Okay. So it's a morale check 2, so that's 8 plus 2 is 10. So they break. 5 plus 2 is 7. They don't. So you have 1 unit that is broken. And they say that is the one with the machine gun, and then the one with the charge is not. I think that's pretty fair. And that's the end of their fire in that location. So we have resolved this. We've resolved this. I have that to go. Okay, so these conscripts here only have a range of 2, and I think at long range that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this unit is going to basically move 1. Nobody has line of sight on them. 2, 3 into this building. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, nobody has line of sight. So they're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then they'll get line of sight here. So I'm going to play a little more conservative. Again, I want to see, do I have enough turns? You know, I rushed up over here. It seemed to work. Here they got some damage. So this unit did, you know, a little more than what I was hoping for. But for the rest of this movement phase, I'm just going to stop them there and play that a little more conservative. Then next turn, I can assault move there, or, you know, I can figure out what I'm going to do. But for now, we're going to go ahead and stop that so they don't get shot at. Now, this unit, I think I just put in a really bad spot. Either way, if I assault move, it's going to take me forever to get across. If I move into this, I'm going to get potentially shot here. Check that line of sight. No. Okay. So they can't shoot. Let's check this line of sight. I don't think they can shoot either. I think I'm supposed to announce my movement before I check line of sight, so my bad. But that's what I was thinking of doing anyway. And so it's a matter of going, again, not to move all at once. This unit will, see, now this one I'm not sure about. Yeah, like, duh, what do I mean I'm not sure about? It's right down the line. I was thinking here, okay. All right, just in case this goes south, we'll leave the leader behind. We'll start with the unit that does not have the machine gun. They're gonna move there. They're gonna get shot at from here. That's a factor of 4, 8, 12, and I believe now it's cut in half. And I probably should have cut this one in half, but that's already done. Okay, so 12 becomes 6. It's not an assault move. -1, they're in the open. -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, they're within range. Okay. So again, that's a 4, 8, 12, that's a 6 with a -2 on the dice. Seven minus 2 is 5. On the 6 column, that's a morale check +1. They're at 7. 4, they're fine. They pass a morale check. They now move 2 more into this location, in which they can't be fired upon. Okay. Next unit with machine gun does the same thing. Ooh, 11, that doesn't hit. And now the leader. 6 minus 2 is 4. A 4 on the 6 chart is a 2. Nine plus 2. Okay, that's not good for them. Alrighty. I think that ends the Germans' movement phase. There was no rally phase. There was no prep fire phase. That should be the movement phase, and that should also conclude the defensive fire phase. Now we have advancing fire. Okay, so let's start down here. So we have machine gun is with the group that is broken. They're not going to use their charge yet. So they're going to get a 5, which puts them on the 4 column. And that's cut in half, puts them on the 2 column with a +3. So that is a 5 plus 3 is 8. An 8 on the 2 column is no effect. So that's their fire. Their, what is that? The advancing fire. Okay. Assuming I got that correct. Okay. This unit here has a 4. Oh, flamethrower. Let me read on flamethrower. Okay, flamethrower has a range of 1, long range of 2. So I don't think I was doing the brakes, or I wasn't checking to see if these weapons were breaking. And I think that's when you roll your hit, if you roll that break number. Okay, so we'll do it on the flamethrower. It's 10x, or it's x10, so that would be, I believe, 10 or higher, so 10, 11, 12. Okay, it has a firepower of 24. I think I also, because I'm only firing the 1, I get to add the 4, so that's 28. So it's 28 with a +3, but with a -2, so it's a 28 with a +1. But that 28, because it's the advanced fire and there was movement, I believe that's half to 14. There is no 14, it goes down to the 12 column. Okay, so that's a +1 roll on the 12. 8 is 9. 9 on the 12 column is a normal morale check. Okay, so I need to do a normal morale check here. Let's start with the leader at 8. Oh, 9. Broke. So 3 at 7, which means 7 with a +1. 5 is good. Next one is 8. I'm not sure what the double does on the morale check, but that's a fail. And oh, two of them. So what we have is the unit with machine gun, this unit, and the leader all go under a DM. This unit is not. Okay, getting the stacks. That part should be now done. Let's move on over here. Okay, so this unit has 4, 8, 13. Okay, it's crossing a hindrance, so it's +1 into a building, plus a stone building +3, so we're at 4. With a -1 for a leader, we're at 3, and I believe it's cut in half. So again, that's 8, 13 goes to the 6 column. Okay, with a +3. That is a 6. +3 is 9. Yeah, that did nothing. Okay, no effect. Now, we already know there's no line of sight there. And there is no line of sight there. This unit could fire here. They couldn't fire back because they were out of range. So we're not using that. So they're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. So that's the same thing. That goes to 12, which goes to half of that, which is 6 with +3. 10, which moves them from 6 down to the 4 column, and a 10. It's nothing either way. Okay, so that's the final fire for them as well. So I believe at this point, that is our advanced fire. Okay, we go to route. So I don't believe this unit needs to route. It's in a building and it's got a leader. Same here. I don't think they need to route because they're in a stone building. Okay, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. This leader does need to route back to that building. Okay, I believe that's the route phase. There, at this point, there is no advance phase. There is no close combat phase. I have no pin counters, although I can remove all the fire counters now. And I believe that is the end of turn 1. Now, starting turn 2, I can roll for the Russians' reinforcements. I could have rolled last turn, but it says that it's a dice roll minus the current turn. The dice rolls be less than the current turn. So on turn 1, I can't roll less than a 1. So when we start turn 2, we can roll to see if they come into play. But for now, that's the end of turn 1, scenario 2. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Point out any mistakes that I'm making in the comments, as usual. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.